RTO here. Welcome to another live album ranking. So that means it's Fridays. Easy way to remember what day it is. Live album ranking day is Friday. And today we're going to look at the great Dutch rock band Golden Earring, who seemed to have was around for an age. They were founded in 1961. The band was they had a sort of a shaky start, but from 1970 we had Rinus Gerritsen, George Ceulemans, Barry Hay, and Caesar Zuldavik on drums, and it remained the same right up to 2021 when they broke up following Ceulemans' diagnosis of ALS. So they've released 10 albums. Well, one of them's an EP in the live department, so we're going to include the live EP because it's pretty good. So here we go. So coming in at number 10, this is from 2016. It's called 50 with the Hague EP edition 10-inch black vinyl pressing from songs from their 50th anniversary tour. And there's not many songs on it, but they're worth talking about. We've got Je Regrette, That's Why I Believe Her, My Lips Are Sealed, Did I Make You Up, and Come On. There is a DVD out for this, which I'm sure we'll look at some stage. It's really good little EP. They were still playing strong as they were in 1970. A great band live, and I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of a 6.5. Okay, then coming in at number 9. It's an album that was released in 1997, but not in the United States, and it's Naked 2. They did 3 acoustic albums, and this is the second one. The tracks on this one have got Who Do You Love, written of course by Bo Diddley, Buddy Joe, She Flies on Strange Wings, Quiet Eyes, Going to the Run, Bombay, Burning Stuntman, which is a studio recording which is pretty good, Mood Indigo, another studio recording, sounds really good. Where Will I Be, Bob Dylan's The Wheels on Fire, Johnny Make Believe, When the Lady Smiles, and The Devil Made Me Do It. As far as acoustic live albums, this is pretty good. I do like this album quite a lot, especially the studio Burning Stuntman and Moodinga. They're good rockers but played acoustically. They are really strong. There's not many bands that can do this, and I think these are the ones that can, because when you've got a rock band like this, to transfer it to all sort of acoustic sounding but keep that rock feel to it, they did hit the nail on the head with this one, and I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, then coming in at number 8, from 2005, this is another acoustic album, and it's just called Naked 3. This was recorded at the Panama in Amsterdam. I don't know if I told you where the other one was recorded. No, there's no actual where Naked 2 was recorded. So this was recorded at the Panama in Amsterdam, and we have got Angel on this, which is a great track. Turn the World Around, just like Vince Taylor, love that track. I Just Lost Somebody, Sleepwalking, lovely version of that. Need Her, The Thief, I Need Her Love. Kill Me Ce Soir is brilliant as an acoustic song. They really did it good. Paradise in Distress, Albino Mood, Lost and Found, Hold Me Now, Colorblind, Will and Mercy, No for an Answer, Last Frontier Hotel, really good, and Holy Life ends the set. Another great little acoustic album. They do sound good. I mean, especially Kill Me Ce Soir. How they got that sound to come through is brilliant. And there's one prominent thing about these these acoustic albums. It's Barry Hayes' vocal. They are so strong. It's a really good album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.5. Coming in at number 7, we get a 1984 now. An album that was recorded in June '84. Doesn't say where. It's called Something Heavy Going Down. We've got Long Blonde Animal. Sounds pretty cool. Twilight Zone's on here. Always good for live. When the Lady Smiles. Future. Something Heavy Going Down. Enough is Enough. Mission Impossible. Radar Love. Quite a long version of that. And Clear Moonlight. It's not a bad album. For some reason, it was recorded in the 80s, and some of the songs are from that sort of era. And it's got that 80s production, even live. I don't mind this one. It's not one of my favourites, but it's a good listen. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.6. Okay, then, coming in at number 6, we've got a 1992. Now, this is the first acoustic album they made, live album, and it's called The Naked Truth. So we get an introduction of the band, and then you get Jangolane, which is brilliant. Another 45 Miles, solid. Man's Love Coming, Why Do I, brilliant. Can't Sleep Without You is really good. Weekend Love is brilliant. On here, Vanilla Queen. Then we get Twilight Zone. Now, I've always judged bands on their great hits and see what they sound like acoustic. And Twilight Zone as an acoustic number, it's still got that atmosphere. It's brilliant. One Shot Away from Paradise is great as well. Long Blonde Animal is absolutely amazing as a acoustic number. Pouring Out My Heart Again, really good. Then they do Radar Love, and they've still got that boom 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 even on an acoustic bass guitar, and it sounded brilliant. Then we get a cover, the 8 Miles High. I do a pretty good version of it. And then The Naked Truth ends the set. For me, this is one of the best live acoustic albums I've got. I love this album. And their version, the acoustic version of 8 Miles High, is just brilliant. Highlights on here again, Radar Love and Twilight Zone. To get that still rocky but acoustic was absolutely brilliant. And I do play this one a lot because it is probably one of my favourite acoustic albums. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Coming in at number 5 then, we've got an album released in the year 2000. It was recorded on between the 12th of November and 18th of December 1999, and it's called Last Blast of the Century. This is just a proper rock gig, no acoustics. Opens up with Just Like Vince Taylor, which is superb. Heartbeat, really good song version of that. Another 45 Miles, one of my favourite songs by Golden Earring. Long Blonde Animal, Liquid Soul, The Fighter, Hold Me Now, Gambler's Blues is brilliant on here. Then we get a 12-minute version of Twilight Zone, it's brilliant. Evil Love Chain, Take My Hand, Close My Eyes, great track that is. One Night Without You, Paradise in Distress, In a Bad Mood, Making Love to Yourself, Whisper in the Crowd, Going to Run, Distant Love, She Flies on Strange Wings, brilliant track that is. Burning Stuntman is always brilliant. The Devil Made Me Do It, great little track. Johnny Make Believe, The Lady Smiles, Legalized Telepathy, Radar Love, which is stonking on here, and I Can't Sleep Without You. Great live album. Now, this lineup had been together since 1917. It was nearly 2000, and they were still going strong. incredible work by this band. Cooleyman's sounds as good. His guitar work is still as good. Mr. Hayes singing is fantastic. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.2. Coming in number 4 then, we're going to have an album from 1981 and it's just called Second Live. Start opens up with Don't Stop the Show. My Town, great track. Not for an Answer, Heartbeat. Save Your Skin, love that track. I Don't Want to Be Nobody Else. Long Blonde Animal, always a great one. Prisoner of the Night, Weekend Love, Sleepwalking. I Do Rock and Roll, brilliant. Cover of the Larry Williams song Slow Down. Buddy Joe and Back Home. A really good album. Play some of them earlier stuff, some songs that I've not heard live. It's the only some of the songs on it. It's the only live album with them songs on. It's a good solid album, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.3. Coming at number 3 then was recorded in Ahoy in Holland, and it's the Golden Earrings' last ever performance. It was recorded on the 16th of November 2019 and it's called You Know We Love You. Don't Stop the Show, I Do Rock and Roll, amazing. Another 45 Miles. Long Blonde Animal, classic. The Lady Smiles, Liquid Soul, another belting version of Twilight Zone. Going to the Run, Vanilla Queen, love that track. Hold Me Now, Say When, The Devil Made Me Do It. Johnny Make Believe, Rhinus on bass, Radar Love. Now this is split, you've got the first part of the song and then Caesar does a great drum solo, straight back into Radar Love. Brilliant version. She Flies and Legalized Telepathy. A wonderful live album to capture their last ever gig. It's just a shame that George was diagnosed with MND. It's alright, I can't still say certain words. It's sad because I don't think that, but this band would have packed up. I really don't. I think that if it weren't for George's illness, I think this band would be still touring. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. Coming in at number 2, 2006, it's another gig recorded at live in Ahoy, Amsterdam. Evil Love Chain opens up this one. Love that song. Skyscraper of Hell of a Town. Great version. 45 Miles. What's She Gonna Do with a bit of When the Levee Breaks in there. Future. Great. Twilight Zone. Best version on here. Really is good. Save Your Skin. Are You Receiving Me is another good track. Smoking Cigarettes. Just a Little Piece of My Heart. Great little version of that. And the best live version of Kill Me Ce Soir. Love that track. Gambler's Blues, Bombay, When the Lady Smiles, Going to the Run, Johnny Make Believe, an all bombastic bass solo. Radar Love, Strong as Ever. Crowd Go Nuts. Drum solo, Long Blonde Animal, She Flies on Strange Wings, and Holy Holy Life. Great production on this. They played on fire on this one. There's clips of this on YouTube and it is amazing. And I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.8. My number 1, well, it's always been my number 1. A Golden Earring live album. It was released in 1977 and it was recorded at the Rainbow Theatre in the same year, and it's just called Live. And the thing is, they've just reissued it and remastered it, so it even sounds better. So on here we've got some really old classics. Candy's Going Back, She Flies Strange Wings. Mad Love's coming, a great version of 8 Miles High again. Vanilla Queen, brilliant version on here. Probably the definitive version of that song. To the Hilt. Fighting Windmills, brilliant. Con Man, fantastic. And then the definitive version of Radar Love. And it closes with Just Like Vince Taylor, which is absolutely stonking on this. Golden Earring, Back in the Day, and I just think they sound good here, and they still sounded good on that last gig. It's very constant. What a great performing band, and I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. When I've listened to the remaster for the first time, it blew me away because it just cleaned it up nicely. It's a solid album. Go and check it out. If you've got it and you haven't heard the remaster, go and listen to the remaster. Okay, that's all for live album ranking this week. Got a new album review, and we'll be looking at The Theory of Molecular. Oh, I've forgotten the rest of it. Oh, Inheritance. Till it's early morning. So we'll be looking at that in the next show, and I'll make sure that I say it properly. Bye for now.